Today we start the chapter which talks about the Islamic manners and etiquettes. So in Islam, manners and having manners is the most important thing that we have. Manners, a Muslim is that sort of person who, when he's walking down the streets and he sees something that obstructs the path, a Muslim is that person who is commanded to move this thing out the way, and this is a means of reward for one person. If you remove, say if there's a rock or something, say if there's a stick, or if there's something else in the path, then a Muslim is the one that removes this out of the way, so that the next person that walks on this road, they don't get troubled by it. This is what a Muslim is. A Muslim is someone who is of utmost respect, of utmost manners. So we'll start with the chapter which talks about the names, about our names, the good names and bad names. So in one hadith, the Prophet ﷺ says that the most pleasing of names to Allah, the most beloved names to Allah, are names such as Abdullah and Abdul Rahman. These two names are names which the Prophet ﷺ says that Allah loves these names. These names are most pleasing to Allah. In another hadith, it says that the Prophet ﷺ, Hazrat Umar ﷺ had a daughter called Asiya, and Asiya in Arabic means sinful. So the Prophet ﷺ changed this name and named her Jamila, meaning beautiful. So regarding these two hadiths, a person who is called Abdul Rahman or Abdul Khaliq or Abdul Quddus, Abdul Ma'bud, things like these they represent, so the slave of Allah, as in slave of Rahman, the slave of the most merciful, the slave of the Creator. Then for us, we have to call them by their full name, Abdul Rahman or Abdullah. We can't say, Oh Rahman, we can't say Khaliq, because then Khaliq refers to only Allah. There's only one Creator, right? You can't say that He is a Khaliq, you can't say that He is a Creator, because this would be shirk. You can't say that He is Creator, and then what is Allah? Allah is the Creator, He is the only Creator. But if you name someone like Abdul Aziz, Aziz is also a name for Allah, but Aziz means also beloved or a leader. So if you were to call someone, if someone's name was Abdul Aziz, but you call him Aziz, then this is okay, this is fine, because Aziz means someone who is a leader or beloved. So you could say someone, you could call someone Azizi, like in Arab people will say, oh Habibi, right, my beloved. So it's the same. Aziz also means beloved or a leader. Furthermore, it's also permissible to keep names like Abdul Mustafa. Right? Ala Hazrat Imam Ahlul Sunnah, he whenever he writes his name, before he writes his name, he always writes Abdul Mustafa, meaning the servant of Mustafa. Mustafa being who? Who is Mustafa? The Prophet ﷺ, the final prophet, he is Mustafa. You can also keep names like Abdul Rasul or Abdul Nabi and so on, like names which make you the slave or means the servant of so and so, because the intention is to respect the respect that you have for the Prophet ﷺ. And it does not mean that the person is the worshipper of that person, right? So when we say Abdullah, meaning he's the servant and slave of Allah, right? He worships Allah. But when we say something like Abdul Mustafa, we do not mean that the person worships Mustafa ﷺ. It means that they respect that person, they have love for that person. And because we follow the Sunnah and we follow his wording, so this makes us his slave as well, because he is our master. The Prophet ﷺ is our master, he is our leader, he is the one that has brought us here today. It's also allowed to keep names like Ghulam, like Ghulam of the Ahle Bayt or the Sahaba Kiram, or of awliya as well. So for example, Ghulami Muhammad or Ghulami Ali, Ghulami Hassan, Ghulami Hussein, so on. These names are also allowed. Keeping names which make you which make you the servant of someone else as well, because this again shows respect and it shows love for so and so. Even for your own peer, if you say Ghulam of so and so peer. But it's haram to keep names like Muhammad Nabi or Rasulullah, Nabiullah, or Muhammad Rasul or Nabiul Zaman, because even though you may not be saying that he is a Nabi, you may not be saying that he is a prophet, but it gives a connotation of so and so. Because if you were to call someone Rasulullah, right, if someone's name was just Rasulullah, then this gives the wrong type of mindset, and this makes you feel like that the person may be claiming prophethood. And the Prophet ﷺ, he is the final prophet. There is no prophet after him. So if you were to call someone Rasulullah, then someone else who might be unknowing, they might think that, oh, this person might be a Rasul, and they might go astray. So this is haram, because anything which leads to haram is also haram. And regarding names for daughters or women or girls, these names, we should have names which are like the companions, the female companions, or the mother of the Prophet ﷺ, Hazrat Amina radiallahu anha, or the beloved wives, or even the daughter of the Prophet ﷺ, Hazrat Fatima radiallahu anha, or Hazrat Kulthum, Hazrat Ruqayya, and Hazrat Zainab radiallahu anha, the oldest, right? So we can keep these names. We can also keep names of female companions, and we can keep names of previous nations from their mothers, such as the mother of Hazrat Isa alayhi salam, Hazrat Maryam radiallahu anha. MashaAllah, we need to support children as well. These are children of the madrasa. So we should not keep names which are rare. It is okay to keep names like this, but it is better, and because if we keep names Hazrat Aisha radiallahu anha, it shows one's love for her as well, because she is the wife of the Prophet ﷺ. And to the Prophet ﷺ, she was very loved to the Prophet ﷺ. She was the most beloved to Prophet ﷺ as well. وَمَا عَلَيْنَا إِلَّا الْبَلَاغُ الْمُبِينُ.